In this video, we're going to calculate areas and perimeters of triangles and rectangles and simple compound shapes made from triangles and rectangles. If you're revising, you can pause the video and have a go to example 1, and then I'll scroll down to example 2. Okay. In example 1, we have to find the area and perimeter of the compound shape in terms of x. How I would begin this question is making sure I've got all the dimensions, all the sides of the shape before we start working out areas and perimeters. You can see we've got missing this side here and this side here. We need to work those out. I know that the full height of this shape is x plus 11, and it's 4 for this bit. So the remaining bit must be x plus 11, take away that 4, and that would give you x plus 7. Similarly, if we look horizontally, the distance from left to right on the shape is 2x plus 6. The part of the distance is x plus 1, so the remaining distance must add with the x plus 1 to give 2x plus 6. So that must be another x, because x plus x will give 2x, and then 1 plus, I need another 5 to make 6. So plus 5. I'll do the perimeter first. So to work out perimeter, we have to add all the sides together. I'm going to just do a wee dash here to tell me where I've started at, so I don't include any of them too many times. X plus 11 plus 2x plus 6 plus x plus 7 plus, now I'm going to run out of space here. I prefer you take just one line at this, plus x plus 5 plus the 4 plus the x plus 1. Altogether, we've got how many x's? Collect those like terms. 1x, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x. And then on the numbers, we've got 11 plus 6, 17. Another 7 is 24. Another 5 is 29. Another 1 is 30, and 4 is 34. To work out the area, we need to separate the shape into shapes we know how to find the area of. So in this case, I don't know how to find the area of this shape, but I know how to find the areas of rectangles. So I can cut it into 2 bits. I'm going to cut it vertically downwards here. And we've got shape A and shape B. So the area would be the area of A plus the area of B. What's the area of A? Well, it is x plus 1 by x plus 11. The area of B is x plus 5 by x plus 7. We can expand this bracket to give x squared. I'll do it quite quickly, but if you're not too sure about how to expand brackets, you can revise the topic somewhere else on the website. X squared plus 11x plus x plus 11. Expand the second bracket. X squared plus 7x plus 5x plus 35. And if we collect all that together, how many x squareds do we have? We've got 2x squared. How many x's? 11 plus 1 is 12, plus another 12 gives 24. And then numbers, we've got 11 and another 35, which gives 46. Okay, so the key there is for perimeter, make sure you've got all the sides and add them up. For area, divide the shape into shapes that you know how to find the area of, in this case rectangles, and then do the algebra from there. Example 2. In example 2, we're told the perimeter of the square is equal to the perimeter of the isosceles triangle. Let's try and remember that. The shaded shape is made by putting 3 of the isosceles triangles around the square as shown in the diagram below. Work out the area and perimeter of the shaded shape. So we can't do very much because at the minute all we know is that the shaded shape has a base of 6. We don't know these sides here, or we don't know this one here. So we've got to go back to the start where we're told that the perimeter of the square, let's just work that out, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 6 fours, is 24. That perimeter is the same as this perimeter. So if I call this length L, the L plus the L plus the 6 should equal 24. Or 2L plus 6 is 24. In which case the two lengths should equal 18, or the length should be 9. So these are 9. So I can mark on the diagram these all to be 9. And then I can work out the perimeter of that total shape. That would be adding all the 9s, there's 6 of those, so 9 6s are 54, plus the other 6, which is 60. And that works out in centimetres. The area is a bit more complicated. For the area, we split it up into smaller shapes, and I can work out the area of the square in the middle. It's just 6 by 6, which is 36. To work out the area of any of those triangles, I'd need to know the base and the height. I do not have the height, but I can use our previous knowledge to work out the height. I'm going to split that triangle into half. It's isosceles at the minute, but I'm going to make it into a right angled triangle. Half the base would be 3. I know the slant height, this bit here is 9. We just worked that out earlier on. But I want to know the perpendicular height. I'm just going to call that x. I can use Pythagoras' theorem to work that out. The hypotenuse squared is equal to the short side squared plus the other short side squared. Or a squared plus b squared equals h squared. The hypotenuse squared is 9 squared, and that's equal to x squared plus 3 squared, which is 81 equals x squared plus 9. So x squared would be 81 minus 9, which is 72. So x is the square root of 72. I'll not write that as a decimal, I'll just leave it as root 72. That means the area of that isosceles triangle is half the base times the height. Half the base of this triangle is 6, and the height of that triangle is, we just worked out, root 72. So that gives you 3 root 72, the calculator might say, or 25.46. The total area then would be this square, which is 36, plus 3 triangles, so 3 25.46s. So I've got the full display on my calculator of 25.46. It goes on. It's not just 25.46. I'll times it by 3. I'll add the 36, and I end up with 112.37 to 2 dp. That's an area, so that would be centimetres squared.